श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषये भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. In the previous part, we have explained all the mantras in first part of the Prathama Mundaka. Now we are going to take second part of the first Mundaka, in which we will be able to know what is the subject of Paravidya and what is the subject of Aparavidya. Here Bhashyakara in his Bhashya starts like this: Sanga Veda Aparavidya Ukta Rigvedo Yajurveda Ityadina. Previously Aparavidya was explained. Aparavidya consisting of Rigveda, Yajurveda, etc. And then while coming to Paravidya, it was explained that Yattaradresham agrahyam agotram avarnam achakshusrotam tadapanipadam nityam vibhum sarvagatam susukshmam tadavyayam yad bhutayonim paripashyanti dhira. This is the Paravidya. So with all kind of adjectives, Paravidya was explained. Here Bhashyakara says, what is the necessity of the next part of this Mundaka? That means the relation between the first part in Prathama Mundaka and the second part in the Prathama Mundaka, it is to be shown. Unless it is shown, nasangatam prayunjita, that is the Shastra Niyama. The related subject only be explained, not which is related to be explained. That's why here atah param anayor vidya vidya yoho vishayau vivektavyo samsara mokshau iti uttaro grantha arabhyate. This is the sangati given by Bhashyakara. Atah param anayoho vidya vidyayoho vishayau. The Paravidya Vishaya and Aparavidya Vishaya, both should be differentiated. That is why this second part of Prathama Mundaka is started like this: Tadetat satyam mantreshu karmani kavayo yanyapashyan tani tretayam bahudha santatani tanyacharatha niyatam satyakamaha eshavah panthaha sukrutasya loke. Here Aparavidya Vishayaha Kartradi Sadhana Kriya Phala Bhedarupaha Samsaraha Anadihi Anantaha Dukkhaswarupatvad Dhatavyaha Pratyekam Shariribhihi Samastyena Nadisrotovat Avyavachhedarupa Sambandhaha. That is the subject of Aparavidya. Aparavidya, which is explained in the previous part of first Mundaka, Rigvedadi Rupa Aparavidya. Here in Rigvedadi अपराविद्यायाम कर्त्रादि साधन क्रिया फल भेद रूप संसारः अनादिः अनन्तः दुःख स्वरूपत्वात् धातव्यः. This is the worldly business is explained in Aparavidya. Here each and every person will do something. Some of the people may get engaged in so many yagas, yajnas, rituals, sacrifices, etc. to get some kind of certain fruits or effects. To get such kind of effect, if they perform such kind of rituals or sacrifices, definitely at a particular later stage they will get the fruit of that performance and they will enjoy for a certain period, and after that what will happen? After that once again kshine punya martyalokam vishanti. Once the punya which was achieved through sacrifices, the punya, if it is completely exhausted, then automatically he will have to come down to the world only once again. Once again he will do something, he will achieve some punya, and again he will go to Swargadi Loka and he will experience the effect of that performance, such kind of Swarga Sukha, etc. After completion of that experience, once again he will have to come back. So this is the birth and death circle. He will not be get acquitted from this worldly business. So this is called as Aparavidya Vishayaha. Aparavidya, this is the subject of Aparavidya, in which the whole worldly business is explained. At last, what is the substance? This is always will end with sorrow. That's why whatever the effect or fruit of the karma will not be a nitya ananda vapti. It is only for a time being. Once he realizes this worldly business means we will not be able to get liberated ourselves, then automatically they will have some kind of vairagya in this worldly business. That's why nadi sroto vad avyavacheda rupa sambandha tadupalashama lakshano mokshaha paravidya vishayaha. Aparavidya, the karmas are explained, who are the performers, that is also explained. What will be the effect of karma, it is also explained, and what kind of rules to be followed while performing the karmas, it is also explained. And after completion of the karma at a particular later stage, which kind of fruit or effect or Swargadi Loka Prapti, it is also explained. Once again he will come back to the same world, it is also explained. So the Aparavidya Vishaya is Anitya Sukha Vapti Rupa Sadhana Vishayakaha Athava Tadvishayini Aparavidya. And then the quite opposite is Paravidya, quite opposite. Tad upashama lakshano mokshaha. One who is very much involved in the worldly business, after getting birth and birth and birth and so many births and deaths, he is frustrated. When he is frustrated, he will think about the path which shows how to get himself liberated from this worldly business. He will search for such kind of means. That is Paravidya. It is explained in Paravidya how to come out of this worldly business. Tad upashamalakshano mokshaha Paravidya vishayah anadyanantaha ajaraha amaraha abhayaha amrutaha shuddhaha prasannaha swatma pratishtha lakshana paramanandaha advayaha. These are all the adjectives given to the subject of Paravidya. That is, Paravidya means Paracha sa vidya cha Paravidya. Vidyayam paratvam nama kim ityukto moksharupattameva. Katham mokshasya paramatvam ityukto nityatva. Nityaphalatvat mokshasya paramatvam tadrisha moksha pratipadika vidya Paravidya. Vidyayaha api paratvam tathaiva. That's why it is quite paradoxically in the opposite or diametrically in the opposite direction Paravidya. Paraparavidyayoho parasparam virodhaha. Aparavidya samsara vishayini vidya. Paravidya tu moksha vishayini vidya. Vidyayam paratvantu nityatva rupam. That is the definition given by Bhashyakara in so many places of his Prasthanatraya Bhashya. Purvam tavad aparavidyayaha vishaya pradarsanartham arambaha taddarshanehi tan nirvedopapattehi. Here one may get some kind of ambiguity. If the Paravidya which explains Paramatma Swarupa or Moksha Swarupa or Paramananda Swarupa, it is to be taught. What is the necessity of Aparavidya? Why it is explained? Without the explanation of Aparavidya, directly why can't we go for Paravidya? It is a common question will come up in the minds of each and every person. For that, here Bhashyakara says, Purvam tavad aparavidyayaha vishaya pradarsanartham arambhaha. Previously it was explained what is Aparavidya and what is the use of performing all yajnas, rituals, sacrifices, etc. What is the necessity to explain all these things? It is a mere waste of time and it is useless. Some may get such kind of opinion. For them, this is the answer given by Bhashyakara here. Taddarshanehi nirvedopapattehi. Unless and until the nature of Aparavidya and as well as the effect of Aparavidya, it is not explained, one may not be able to understand the real nature of Aparavidya. Once it is explained, Aparavidya will not give the permanent solution for this worldly sorrows. Once he realizes the worldly business or the nature of world or the effect of rituals, then automatically he will have some kind of vairagya about the worldly business. प्रापंचिक व्यवहार विषये सर्वेषां तत्र वैराग्यं नैव जायते। येषां तावत् प्रपंचस्य स्वरूपं कर्मणां स्वरूपं कर्मफलस्य स्वरूपं कर्मफलस्य अनित्यत्वं ज्ञायते कर्मफलेषु वैराग्यम् उत्पद्यते। तद्वैराग्य प्राप्तये अपरविद्यायाः प्रदर्शनम्। It is not only to merely, it is not necessity to explain aparavidya only for aparavidya's sake. Then for what it is explained? That means aparavidya अध्ययनेन प्रापंचिक व्यवहार विषये कर्मजन्य फल विषये अनित्यत्व ज्ञानेन वैराग्यम् उत्पद्यते। प्राप्त वैराग्यस्यैव परायां विद्यायाम् अधिकारः। Who is eligible to know the paravidya? One who has the vairagya in worldly business, he is eligible to know Paramatman or Paravidya. Taddarshane hi tannirvedopapattehe tatha cha vakshyati parikshalokan karmachitan ityajina. Here itself in Mundaka itself, in the later stage, it will be explained. Parikshalokan karmachitan brahmano निर्वेदमायान नास्ति अकृतः कृतेन। अकृतः परमात्मा अथवा नित्यं फलम कृतेन अनित्येन कर्मणा नास्ति। अनित्येन कर्मणा नित्यं फलं प्राप्तुं न शक्यते इति ज्ञात्वैव कर्मसु वैराग्यं प्राप्नोति। If he applies his mind to study the nature of karma or worldly business, then he will be able to understand the true nature of karma or worldly business. Once he knows the true nature of the world, he will definitely remove his mind from worldly business. He will apply his mind to know what is Paramatman or what is Paravidya. For this kind of purpose only Aparavidya previously explained. Nahi apradarshite pariksha upapadyate iti tat pradarshayannah tade tat satyam avitatham. In the previous Mundaka, Aparavidya only it was symbolically explained. Now it will be explained in such a way by which he will get the vairagya. What is that? Here अप्रदर्शिते परीक्षा नैव उपपद्यते इति तत्प्रदर्शयन्नाह तदेतत् सत्यम अवितथम. In this first stanza, तदेतत् सत्यम मंत्रेषु कर्माणि कवयो यान्यपश्यन् तानि त्रेतायां बहुधा संततानि तान्याचरथ नियतं सत्यकामा एषवः पन्थाः सुकृतस्य लोके. किम तन्मन्त्रेषु ऋग्वेदाद्याख्येषु कर्माणि अग्निहोत्रादीनि मंत्रैरेव प्रकाशितानि. किम तत्? What is explained in Rigvedadi Aparavidyaya? In the previous Aparavidya, that is the first stepping stone towards moksha. In Aparavidya it is explained तदेतत् सत्यं मंत्रेषु कर्माणि किं तत् मंत्रेषु ऋग्वेदाद्याख्येषु कर्माणि अग्निहोत्रादीनि इन ऋग्वेदादि रूपायाम् अपरविद्यायां कर्माणि विस्तृत रूपेण प्रतिपादितानि वेरियस कर्मा वेरियस परफॉर्मेंस and many kind of sacrifices were described in Rigvedadi Aparavidya. Agnihotrādīni mantraireva prakāṣitāni. Agnihotrādi karmāni mantraireva prakāṣitāni. What do you mean by mantra? Prayoga samaveta artha smarakatvam mantratvam. That is the definition given in Purvamimamsa. Mantra means mananatrayate iti mantraha. That is the definition of mantra as per the epistemological system. In Purvamimamsa, prayoga samaveta artha smarakaha. Prayogo nama karmanam anusthana kramaha. The method of performing a sacrifice, that is prayoga. In that prayoga, many mantras will be used. Why those mantras are used in that particular sacrifice means those mantras will remind the performer what are to be taken care of, what are to be involved in the karma, what are not to be done, what are to be followed. These will be explained in the mantra itself. So, the whole swarupa of each and karma, it is very much in the mantras only. Tadetat satyam mantreshu karmani. That is the definition of mantreshu karmani. Karmani mantreshu vartante ityasya kortha mantraireva karmaswarupam vivriyate. Kavayaha yanyapashyan. Kavayaha, not poets. Here kavihi krantadarishi. Krantadarishi means one who knows everything. That means beyond the world. Beyond the world means saha krantadarishi. Who knows beyond the world? Brahmajnani. Krantadarishi kavayaha yanyapashyan medhavino vasisthadayaha yanyapashyan drishtavantaha. Like Vasistha, so many sages, they have seen all these karmas are explained in mantras. Yattadetat satyam ekanta purushartha sadhanatvat tanicha. These yajnas, yagas or karmas ekanta sadhanani. अस्माकं स्वर्गादि साधन रूपेण कर्माणि मंत्रेषु विवृतानि तानि दृष्टवन्तः वसिष्ठ प्रमुखादयः ऋषयः. वेद विहितानि ऋषि दृष्टानि कर्माणि. That is why वेद विहितानि, वेदेन विहितानि कर्माणि. The order is given by Veda. It is ordered. It is to be performed for such kind of effect or such kind of swarga, sukha. This kind of performance is to be followed. That is the vidhi of Veda. Tani karmani tretayam Trayi sanyoga lakshanayam. Tretayam. Tretayam means in the Treta Yuga. That is one definition. That is the general definition. Another particular definition, specific definition given by Bhagavad Pada in his Bhashya. Hautra adharyava audgatra prakarayam adhikarana bhutayam. Bahudha. Hautra एवमुच्यते तत्र होता अध्वर्युः उद्गाता. होता belongs to Rigveda, Adhvaryu belongs to Yajurveda, Udgatru belongs to Samaveda. In a particular yaga, there will be 4 Ritviks. 4 Ritviks belongs to 4 Vedas. First of all, Hota belongs to Rigveda. Adhvaryu, who performs the yajna, he is called as Adhvaryu. Adhvaryu belongs to Yajurveda. Udgatru, one who sings the ring mantras, he is called as Udgata. He belongs to Samaveda. And then Brahma, one who watches the whole performance, he belongs to Atharva Veda. So there will be 4 Ritviks in each and every yaga. But these 4 Vedas called as Trayi. What does it mean? There will be 4 Vedas and it is called Trayi. Atharva, it is not a separate Veda actually, because Vedamantranam tridha eva vibhagaha Riktvam Yajustvam Samatvam iti. Atharva Vede Richaha api vartante, Yajumshi vartante, Samani cha vartante. Ataha Trayi ityeva samagrasyapi Vedasya nama. Tadrisha Trayi Vedasya pratinidhirupena yajneshu vidyamanaha Trayaha Ritvijaha Hotru Adhvaryu Udgatru Rupena ye vartante te tretayam bahudha santatani tatsambadha rupena bahuni karmani sambhavanti. It is explained in Rigveda, the Trayi Vidya or Rigvedadi Lakshanayam Aparavidyayam. It is explained all the karmas, all the performance in which these 3 Ritviks will involve, they will perform the karma. Bahudha bahuprakaram tani karmani santatani pravrittani karmibhihi kriyamanani. Those who are interested in Swargadi Sukha or other lokas, they will perform some specific yajnas and yagas. Tretayam va yuge prayashaha pravrittani tani va karmani. Treta yuge imani karmani bahudha anushtiyamananyasan iti va. Ato yuyam tanyacharatha nirvartayata niyatam nityam satyakamaha yathabhuta karma phalas santaha. If you are interested in those Swargadi Sukhavapti, then you have to perform these kind of rituals, these kind of yagas, and as per the effect of those yagas, you will get the Swargadi phala. That is the way it is explained. Esha vaha yushmakam panthaha margaha sukrutasya swayam nirvartitasya karmanaha loke phalanimittam lokyate drishyate bhujyate iti karma phalam lokaha uchyate tadartham tatpraptaye eshaha margaha. To get Swargadi phala, one has to perform yagadi, yajnadi, karma. Yanyetani agnihottradini trayam vihitani karmani tanyesha panthaha avasya phala prapti sadhanam. These karmas are the means to attain Swargadi phala. How to perform? It is explained in the next stanza. Now it is said, to get such kind of anitya phala, Swargadi phala, one has to perform yajnadi. How it is to be performed? It is also explained here. यदा लेलायते ह्यर्चि समिद्धे हव्यवाहने तदाज्यभागौ अंतरेण आहुतिः प्रतिपादये। तत्र अग्निहोत्रमेव तावत् प्रथमं प्रदर्शनार्थमुच्यते सर्वकर्मणां प्राथम्यात्। अग्निहोत्रं कर्म, दिस इज द फर्स्ट फॉर ऑल कर्मास। प्राथम्यात् अग्निहोत्रमेव प्रथमम् उच्यते, प्रदर्शनार्थम् उच्यते। तत् कथं, हाउ टू परफॉर्म ए यज्ञ, फॉर एग्जांपल अग्निहोत्र। यदैव इंधनैः अभ्याहितैः सम्यगिद्धे समिद्धे हव्यवाहने लेलायते चलति अर्चिः तदा तस्मिन् काले लेलायमाने चलति अर्चिषि आज्यभागयोः अंतरेण मध्ये आवापस्थाने आहुति प्रतिपादये प्रक्षिपे देवतामुद्दिश्य। After making a sankalpa, one who is desirous to get a particular effect, that is swarga etc., he will have to perform certain yagas. After making such a sankalpa, yajamana or one who is desirous of that effect, he will offer to the deity devatamuddishya dravyatyaga yaga. देवतोद्देशेन द्रव्यत्यागो याग इत्यभिधीयते। दत्तस्य द्रव्यस्य अग्नौ प्रक्षेपः होमः इत्युच्यते। When it is to be offered and how it is to be offered, it is explained in this mantra. Yada lelayate hyarchihi. While performing the yajna or homa, a particular offer or dravyam devatamuddishya diyate. Idam namama ityuddishya havihi tyajet iti niyamah. देवतामुद्दिश्य द्रव्यत्यागः क्रियते। त्यागमात्रेण यागसिद्धावपि दत्तस्य अग्नौ प्रक्षेपः. Why it is to be put in the fire means agnihi hutabhuk hutasya bhokta evam devatanam havishah prapayita. He will carry the offerings given by this yajamana to that deity. Tasyai devatayai agnihi havihi prapayati. That's why it is put in the fire. When it is to be put in the fire, yada lelayate hyarchihi. When the flames of the fire will come out in a big form, then it is to be offered. Yada lelayate hyarchihi samiddhe havyavahane. Havyavahane, the fire which is come out with all its colors, then it is to be offered. Havihi should be offered to the deity and put in the fire. Without fire, if it is only in the form of smoke, then it is not to be given. Yada lelayate hyarchis samiddhe havyavahane tad ajyabhagavantarena ahuti pratipade. You might have observed that while performing the yajnas or in the smartha homas also, there will be a particular place in the quadrangle shape or rectangle shape, a particular place will be there. The earth also will be digged to certain extent, and some kind of firewoods, a particular kind of firewoods will be put in the particular place, and once the Agni Pratishtha is made, when Agni Jwalanam, when the flames come out, then as per completion of some formalities, the offerings or dravya will be given to the deity. Then the Agni, he is facing the Yajamana. When he is facing the Yajamana, his right side eye is Agnihi, left side eye is called as Soma. For Agnehe Agnihi Somaha iti dvayam akshisthaniyam tatra ajyabhagau diyete. Ajyabhagaha ityukto, the ghee will be offered to Agni. This is the place, arthat the north place in the particular place is the right eye of the Agni, and the south place, in the middle of the particular place, particular south place will be left eye of Agni. That is called as Agni Shomau. Tau uddishya yada ajyam huyate saha ajyabhagah ityuchyate. Tadvayam sthanam ajyabhagasthanam agnehe netrasthanam ityuchyate. Tadvayam sthanam prathak bhavati. Tanmadhye havihi deyam bhavati. In the middle of the ajyabhaga, havis or dravya to a particular deity is to be given in the fire. Yada lelayate hyarchi samidhe havyavahane tad ajyabhagau antarena ahuti pratipadayet. Ahutihi pratipadayet. Offerings will be put in the fire in the middle of these two ajyabhagas. Ajyabhagas are the place of ice of fire or Agni Deva. This is the rule, how to perform, how to offer the offerings. And then hereafter, once again, it will be explained, Yasya Agnihotram Adarsham Apaurnamasam Achaturmasyam Anagrayanam Atithi Varjitancha Ahutam Avaishwadevam Avidhinahutam Asaptamam Tasya Lokan Hinasti. It will be explained in the next class.